Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our 2021 webinar series, Connected21. My name is Eric Altizer, Marketing Manager. For everyone's convenience, all lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. If you have a question throughout the webinar today, please feel free to utilize the chat feature and we'll get those questions answered at the end. We have some great information to give you about our products and solutions to your industrial applications, including wastewater and water treatment, utility, and substations. Philip Hoyle is a part of our business development team covering industrial, mining, and POG, and he'll be giving our presentation today. Philip is based in our Dallas office. Philip, take us away.
Thank you, Eric, and welcome everybody. Today we'll go through our agenda. See if I can get this lined up here. There we go. We'll do a quick introduction to OCC. We'll talk about some industrial applications. We'll talk about wastewater treatment and utility substations. We'll give an overview of fiber optic cable, tray cable, and aerial cables. We'll talk about some industrial distribution points, talk about some ancillary products that go with these, and we'll do, Eric will follow up with resources, and if we have any questions, we'll, time permitting, we'll talk about those. So let's talk a little bit about OCC, Optical Cable Corporation. We've been around for 37 years. We're a pioneer in the development of tight buffer cable for the DoD. We hold many patents on fiber and copper products. We have over 360 employees and proudly say made in the USA. We have 3 locations: Roanoke, Virginia. That's our headquarters, and all our cables are designed and manufactured there. We have Asheville, North Carolina, where our copper and connectivity hardware is designed and manufactured. And Dallas, where I office out of, is all our harsh environment and pre-terminated solutions are made for cable assemblies. Really, this makes OCC a full end-to-end solution manufacturer from copper, fiber, connectivity, cabinets, and enclosures. All 3 of these locations are ISO certified, and we sell in over 99 countries across the world. So the main industries we serve are commercial, building enterprise, military, which I said earlier, that's kind of where we cut our teeth and develop tight buffer cable, broadcast, which you see a lot of the stadiums and arenas, a lot of our fiber is in there, industrial, which we'll talk about today, mining, and oil and gas. So industrial applications can cover a wide variety of industries, and most of these are very crucial to our everyday life. This really hits close to home for me and my coworkers and my family and friends here in the Dallas area, in the Texas area, with the winter storms we had last week that caused major power outages and rolling blackouts and water shortages. So we're glad to have power on and water working now. So these applications include water and wastewater treatment, power generation, utilities, green energy such as solar and wind. Also included is mining and manufacturing. On this series of webinars, we're going to just focus on water treatment facilities and substations and discuss some of the challenges in OCC solutions for these markets. Wastewater plants provide life-sustaining clean water for our communities, so the most reliable products must be used to ensure zero downtime. OCC has worked closely over the last 20 years with end users, consultants, engineers, and integrators to spec in fiber and copper solutions that will minimize and ensure zero downtime. Industrial Internet of Things, y'all may have heard of that, or Internet of Things. Industrial Internet of Things is driving a lot of the upgrades in this space, as well as other industrial spaces, which include wastewater treatment. So basically what IoT is, it allows for real-time data to track efficiencies and improve productivity, which can lower cost. So let's look at some of the challenges in wastewater treatment plants and OCC solutions for these challenges. So it's a very complex industry with a need for various applications, as well as some areas in the plant having heavy chemical laden environments, such as sulfur dioxide or bromine, to name a few. We see a lot of outdated facilities still using copper cabling. It really limits the bandwidth in the facility. Also, there's a potential for security risk and government oversight and compliance. So let's look at some of these solutions. OCC offers the most reliable and robust end-to-end solutions from cable, connectors, and distribution points. Our long background and expertise in the harsh environment markets helps us create solutions for products in these markets, such as our K-Jacket, which we'll talk about on the next slide. And OCC's robust fiber optic cable is ideal for automation, such as SCADA and PLCs. And our years on the battlefield give us an outstanding reputation of reliability and data transmission. If there's one product, if there's one product that identifies OCC in the wastewater space, it's our plenum-rated fluoropolymer jacket, which we refer to at OCC as a K-Jacket. This fluoropolymer jacket is built to design to withstand severe chemical environments that you see in wastewater facilities. The jacket is resistant against chemicals such as that you would see in these facilities, such as sulfur dioxide, methane gas, bromine, and chlorine. This is an all dielectric cable construction, which means there's no metal in it for the base cable, and is available in a BX, which is our breakout series, a GX, which is our group series of cable, and our DX, which is our distribution series. One thing to note is most OCC competitors use PVC plenum jackets, which will not stand up to chemicals used in these environments. You really don't want to risk your plant to an inferior cable. That's why this OCC K-Jacket is your best solution. And if you're an engineer designing a product, it really checks a lot of boxes for you. So we also have another jacket, it's called a W jacket, which is a flexible fluoropolymer jacket as well. So that's the two options, but the K is the most prevalent option in the wastewater space. Now let's look at some utility substations. There's a need for higher bandwidth in substations, and it's being driven a lot by the industrial Internet of Things, which I mentioned earlier, as well as IEEE standards for substation automation. The three main areas that need to be controlled are communications, security, and control and monitoring devices. So what we need to be able to control is breakers, switches, gears, relays, card access, switches, and transformers. So let's look at some of the challenges in substations. So we know there are over 55,000 substations in the US and growing. And again, conversion to fiber has been happening rapidly over the last 5 to 10 years. So what do we know about this? We know there's a high level of EMI at these sites, which could cause a problem if you're using copper cabling for data transmission. They're exposed to extreme and harsh environments, such as high and low temperatures, dust, wind, hail, lightning strikes. And these substations are typically unmanned and rely on SCADA for remote supervision and control. And for that reason, they're subject to sabotage from terrorists, possibly, or other criminals. So the next one is they're subject to vermin. So these substations provide a lot of heat in the area that they're located on the ground, which attracts a lot of rats and other type of varmints that can get into the substation and crawl in little spaces and chew on cables and everything else and destroy a lot of things within a substation. So have to protect against that. Again, fiber optic cable is going to be installed in a trench or tray for heavy, along with heavy power cables. So they need to be able to withstand that. For that reason, OCC's fiber optic tray cable and end-to-end solutions is ideal for substations. So let's look into some fiber optic tray cable options here. Fiber optic tray cable is something that has gained market focus over the last several years. What we do, OCC, we take standards from hybrid tray cables, which is power and fiber, and apply them to our fiber-only cables, which we call our FOTC line or fiber optic tray cables. We looked at standards from other agencies such as IEEE, CSA, which is the Canadian standards, and the National Fire Prevention Agency, along with application-based. So how are you applying this cable? What are you putting it in? And took these requirements and determined that fiber optic tray cable must address these 5 features. So they must be able to withstand impact from falling debris, have a high crush resistance by other cables. They must be able to be exposed to direct sunlight and have UV resistance, able to withstand extreme temperatures, hot and cold, and have flame resistance for the application. So this could be either a riser rated or a low smoke zero halogen rated, and we do have both. OCC's definition of fiber optic tray cable exceeds all industry standards and our competition. So let's look at the three types of cables that we offer. Okay, so this is our B series, which is our breakout series. It's our most robust cable and it has a very high crush rating of 2,200 newtons per centimeter. It's really built and ideal for low fiber counts for instrumentation cable and controls. We're talking about usually 2 to 24 fibers is an ideal sweet spot for that. But we can make this available in 2 to 72 fibers. So it's a 900 micron buffer fiber, and over that lays a aramid yarn with another 2.0 or 2.5 millimeter subunit jacket. And to give it extra strength, we have a core locked outer jacket. Since they are 2 millimeter subunits or 2.5, they're easily terminated to connectors in the field, so they do not require fan out kits. Competitors offer, a lot of time will offer loose tube in this space, which is a stiff and has a larger OD for smaller fibers and needs a fan out kit to break out individual fibers. So we offer 3 jacket types for fiber optic tray cable. We have our riser rateds, which is a D and a J jacket. And the J jacket is ideal for colder environments and is oil resistance. The Z jacket is our low smoke zero halogen jacket. Again, we do a lot of pre-terminated assemblies in these, so they can be pre-terminated with ends on them, as well as just raw fiber cable. The next series is our G series. This is ideal for larger fiber counts for backbone applications. These are available in subunits of 6 and 12 fibers, which allows you to break out and separate for different network identification. It also has a core lock outer jacket, just like the breakout cable, and it has a same crush rating of 2,200 newtons per centimeter. So this is a 900 micron construction. If you're familiar with OCC's distribution cable, so basically it's a distribution cable subunits, and then it's jacketed with that core locked outer jacket on top of it. So this one comes in our D, which is our riser rated jacket, and it's available in a hybrid cable. So if you wanted a 48 fiber and you wanted 12 or 24 single mode and 24 multi mode, we could do that in this particular jacket or cable. So let's move on to our HC cable. This is is a very highly compact, rugged, high fiber count cable, ideal for backbone deployment communications that you run long distances around a plant. So it comes in 12 fiber subunits and is available in a 12 to 288 fiber. So it's our highest fiber count cable that we have. Has a high crush rating of 1,800 newtons per centimeter, which most loose tube cables products offered in this space that we go up against, they'll offer only a 440 newtons per centimeter. And if they do armor it with like a interlocking armor, the crush rating goes up to 880 newtons per centimeter. Again, ours without any armoring is 1,800 newtons per centimeter. So you can see the higher crush rating there. What's this happened? This results in a flexible, easy to install, and highly durable cable for backbone applications. It's ideal for splicing and putting on an MPO connector. Usually most common is using an MPO connector on a 12, 24, or 48 fiber. So we also do offering protections on FOTC fiber. So you may need protection for certain applications to the inner cable. So the most common probably is interlocking armor. It's typically used in place of a conduit and can reduce installation costs. We have corrugated steel tape, or it's called CST. This is mainly used for outside plant and burial applications. It's excellent against burrowing rodents. And we have our FRP. It's called fiberglass rodent protection. It's the one in the middle there. It's used to protect against non-burrowing rodents. So it's not meant to be buried in the ground, but this is a great option if you want to double jacket it all dielectric cable with rodent protection. So that's great for a substation because it doesn't have any metal in it. So we also do offer custom jacket colors as well. So if you need to run different cables for different systems, a fire system or communication systems, we can do them in red, blue, whatever colors you need. So we do offer that as well. So now I talked about cable, let's talk about industrial distribution points. This could be in the midspan area, or this could be at the endpoints, or in a DIN-rail enclosure or anything like that. So our first one that we use a lot in the industrial space is our DIN-rail enclosure. It's for, you're bringing in a cable and you need a fiber and you need to jump over to a switch or networking device. So you bring a 12 or 24 fiber in and you jump her over to those devices. So it comes in two sizes and can accommodate either one adapter plate of our 600 series or two adapter plates. It does have a sliding, it slides out, so it also has a little small splice tray in there as well. We have our ZDM box, which is our zone distribution box. It's a small compact wall mount box. It comes in a single with just one adapter plate. You can either use it for splicing or patching fiber optic cables. We have a WTC, which is, if you can imagine, it's a lot bigger ZDM box. It's a wall mount cabinet, and it comes in various sizes and can accommodate up to 144 fibers. These are mainly used in outside plant and building cables. These come with either splice trays, adapter plates, or we can also offer it fully loaded. So all these options here we can offer fully loaded, pre-terminated with adapter plates and pigtails and everything like that. So now that we have cable, we have connectors, we have distribution points, let's put everything together and just kind of show you, here what I'm going to show you is something that is very common that we sell in the utility space and the substation space. So as we put it all together, we want to simplify the installation by providing these pre-term assemblies with cassettes and enclosures to offer a full end-to-end solution, factory terminated. So what we have here is we have a 12 fiber MPO assembly, would be our HC cable, riser rated cable. We typically, the picture doesn't show it, but we would put a pulling eye on one end of it. So as you're installing it through a conduit or a cable tray, the one end, the connector end, would be protected. Next in line, you have an MPO cassette. This is a factory terminated cassette with an MPO connector receptacle on the back side, and you have the fibers inside, and then you have an adapter plate on the outside. These will fit into a couple of different enclosures, but here we have the RTC enclosure. This one in the picture is a 1U enclosure. So you basically just, order your links from OCC of the MPO assembly. Then you plug it into the MPO cassette at the back, which is plugged into attached to the RTC 1U enclosure. So you have a really easy plug and play solution for end-to-end solutions. So I wanted to address this a little bit, and this gets used a lot in factories and industrial spaces. So we've been talking really off the pole applications, and I want to talk a little bit about OCC's aerial messenger cables that we have. We have two different kinds, and I'll talk about them. But we're talking either a pole to pole or building to building application within a industrial facility. And we're not talking about long hauls running down the highway, miles and miles of cable. That's usually a loose tube application. So again, we're talking inside facilities or open mine fence or stuff like that. So first we offer is our MX series, which is our figure 8 messenger cable, which has a 1/4 inch galvanized steel messenger right here. The item 1 in the picture here, and it's attached to a tight buffer cable right here, and so that's how it gets its figure 8. It looks like the number 8. So that allows you to use, so there's basically with the messenger attached to it, this allows you to just use standard clamping hardware for installation. It also reduces installation time and cost by only being able to run one cable instead of two. It has a polyethylene outer jacket, which is excellent for UV and weather resistance. And it can be configured also as a hybrid. So we see that quite often, single mode and multi-mode. So if you want to run a 48 fiber again, you wanted 36 single mode and 12 multi-mode, we could do that. So since this is a 900 micron cable, we can direct terminate to connectors with this. So let's look at our round messenger cable. So this is a lightweight all dielectric cable, self-supporting cable, so which we refer to as ADSS a lot of times. And since there's no metallic messenger in the cable, it's ideal to use around electrical power lines and areas where there might be a lot of lightning strikes. It's a round cable construction which reduces wind drag and ice buildup. It comes standard with our 500 micron acrylate fiber, which is known as our Ultra Fox Plus fiber. And that fiber is used a lot, primarily in our military cables. It has an aramid strength member to reduce weight. Just as an MX cable series, it can be offered in hybrid options as well. And since, again, it's 900 micron, it can be directly terminated to connectors. So let's talk about some ancillary products that would go along with these cabling and distribution points. So we have our RTC RTS enclosures, or rack mount enclosures. These are great for in distribution points and come in either 1U, 2U, or 4U sizes, and accepts our 600 series adapter plates. We have our fiber splice cassette. We recently released that about 6 months ago, I believe. It's very easy to work with and great for splicing. It can also come preloaded with pigtails and adapter plates as well. We have our NEMA 3 and NEMA 4X enclosures, which we see a lot in the industrial space. It's great for areas where it might be more harsh environments, and they can be configured with splice trays, adapter plates, and also we can do these as pre-terminated enclosures with something like you see down there, the MHCT3 connector. So we can do plug and play systems with that as well. We have our L-Jack, which is a 2-fiber harsh environment connector in an IP68 shell. These are really good for if you want to bring 2 fibers into like a camera housing or something like that. That might be a really good option there. So we have our MHCT3, and we've talked about this on a couple of series, webinar series. It's our high fiber count connector that utilizes MPO technology, and it's encased in an IP68 shell, metal shell. It's great for fiber backbone in hard to reach areas. We use these a lot in mining applications. We use these in a lot of broadcast and military applications as well. We have our RJack, which is a really big seller for industrial applications. It's a harsh environment RJ45. It's IP68 sealed. It's a great for like in washdown areas and stuff like that in plants. So that will do it here. I would appreciate your time. I hope you learned something. I will send it back to Eric for some resources and possible questions. Let me get there, Eric. Hold on. There you go.
All right, thank you, Philip. That was great. OCC also has a multitude of resources on all of these verticals that we talked about today, and a few of the harsh environment connectors and assemblies as well. These materials are located on OCCfiber.com, where we have many more resources to address your fiber, copper, cabling, and connectivity needs. Please also follow us on the various social media channels where we always promote our OCC news, products, promotions, and webinar information. Let's see if we have any questions. Looks like we have one. So do you stock your pre-terminated cables? And if not, what is the lead time?
We do not stock the pre-terminated cable assemblies. We do stock a lot of the cable. So typically if it's in cable, if the cable is in stock, the reason we don't is because everybody has different specifications, lengthwise, everything like that. So we do stock jumpers, pretty standard jumpers, 1 meter, 3 meter, 5 meter, 10 meter jumpers, LC to LC, ST to ST, that kind of stuff. But as far as like the pre-terminated MPO assemblies, we do not. We stock the cable, but again, people might have different single mode, multi-mode variations, different type of connectors they might need, LCs or STs. So, but we do quick turnaround, usually in a week or two if the cable's in stock. If the cable's not in stock, you need to add probably 2 to 3 weeks to that. But we can work with you on specific projects or lead times that you might need. So we're really good about that.
Great. That looks like all the questions we have. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll be having this webinar series throughout 2021. So we look forward to talking to you and speaking to you soon. Have a great day.